Good luck and high five, everybody. It is Valentine's Day coming up, and I'm here with the top 7 games that you can play with your significant other or just somebody that you like a whole lot. It's Valentine's Day, so we thought we'd put together a video of our favorite 2-player games or games that play well with 2 players. So let's jump right in right away. We have Arboretum from Renegade Games. This one plays at 2 to 4, plays quickly in a nice 30 minutes, and features one of my favorite game artists, Beth Sobel. She does an amazing job with color, and this game really puts that on display. You're trying to construct a path of similarly colored trees that allows you to move. You play a card from your hand every turn into your Arboretum, and you're playing very fast. So you take 2 cards, you play one, you discard the other, and you pass your turn to the next player. It plays super quick, very difficult to play, easy to learn, but difficult to get a really good sense of how to play it well. And the color really pops. The art is fantastic on this game. So that's Arboretum by designer Dan Kassar. You can pick that up from Renegade for about 20 bucks. Next up is a game called Hypur. This is my favorite 2-player game, and I also know Megan is a huge fan of this game because she still has my copy. This is by Asmodee Games. Pick it up for about $25. It is only a 2-player game. It is also a game of set collection and hand management. You are collecting different goods to sell to the market and trying to get what's the word for a caravan of camels that allows you to manipulate your hand even more. So if you have a set of camels, you can discard those camels and pick up a bunch of cards from your hand from the market to be able to sell on the next turn. Hypur plays very quickly, and it has a really nice depth of choice in this game. So you're allowed to pick up any of the 6 different goods that are available and press your luck into whether or not you think those goods are going to come back. The more goods you can sell in a single block, the more points you're going to make, but obviously the more difficult it is to collect those goods in a single round. So Hypur by Asmodee for $25. Next up is a game that plays up to 4 players. It's called Splendor. It is one of my favorite games of all time, and this game is one of those ones that has a really nice table presence. The gems that you're representing, you're buying and trading in this game are represented by really nice heavyweight poker chips. It is also a game of set collection, but you're engine building here as well. You are trying to accumulate these gems, which will allow you to purchase these cards, which give you a static gem to purchase from then on. The object of the game is to attract the nobles and get to 15 points. Whichever player does so in the most expeditious fashion will win the game. It plays very quickly. It is a lot of fun. There are a lot of ways to come from behind. You are generating an engine, as I mentioned before, so the speed at which you generate that engine may or may not matter. The quickest player to get to a noble may have forced all of their resources into grabbing that one noble, and the player who plays more wide may be able to play a little bit faster than the other player. But there are lots of ways to win here. It is an excellent game. Splendor, also by Asmodee. You pick that one up for $40. Next up is a game that is very much relationship themed. It's called Fog of Love. It's sold by Hush Hush Projects. It is a Walmart exclusive game, though there is an Amazon link for it. You can pick it up for $35. It's a 2-player game of relationship simulation. Artists Cecile Fossheim, Mike Hogard, Lotte and Kluxbil Yaskov also contributing here, but Jacob Yaskov's game of Fog of Love really took the world by storm last year, or 2 years ago now, when it came out, and it simulates dating. It's a dating simulator. You take on the roles of 2 people in a relationship, and the game posits questions to you, and you decide exactly how you respond to them. Should the toilet seat be up or down in your house is an excellent question that really everybody needs to. If you match, you gain hearts. If you don't match the player who did it, you either draw scenes in which you have to decide how you're going to respond. So Fog of Love is great for people who are just starting to date. You can kind of get a sense of who it is that you're dating and what their responsibilities would be, what their relationship goals and aspirations are. It's also really good for long-time couples who want to find out a little bit more about themselves. So Fog of Love by Hush Hush Projects. Next up is Seven Wonders Duel. If you've ever played the game Seven Wonders, you have a good idea of how this game works. This is a 2-player exclusive game. It is drafting, just like its older cousin. It is streamlined for 2 players, though. So what you're drafting from is a table draft. All the cards go out on the table every round, some of which are face up, some of which are face down. You pick one to add to your tableau every round, and as the pyramid gets uncovered, you can kind of discover more cards that are underneath. So you only draw a card when it is fully exposed from the cards on top of it. Plays just like Seven Wonders. You can win through military, you can win through science. Science victories will immediately end the game, so those are a little bit dodgy. You want to kind of, if you're going for that, you want to make sure that you can really do it. Otherwise, you're going to fall behind in points pretty fast. But Seven Wonders Duel has a lot of really excellent choices, just like its bigger cousin, but it's made for 2 people, and it is a very, very fun game to play by Repos Productions, and it is $30. Next up is Codenames Duet. This is, again, another smaller pared-down version of a bigger tabletop experience in Codenames. This game, you are playing cooperatively, as opposed to in Codenames where you have 2 teams competing against each other. It takes good advantage of a relationship that's already established. You can use inside jokes, shorthand that you may have with your partner to try and get your partner to guess the words that you are seeing on your side of the code, and the object of the game is to fill it all up without hitting any of the assassin words in the game. So if you know how to play Codenames, you know how to play Codenames Duet. If you really like Codenames, and you should, you're going to love Codenames Duet. Again, from CGE Games, you pick that one up for $20. And it really does, when you're playing with a partner that you've known for a long time, it feels like an experience that is tailored directly to you. You have a direct interaction with the words on the table. You're trying to come up with shorthand or ways that you and your partner know those words, as opposed to a random person that you'd be playing with in a party experience. Finally, we have Arkham Horror, the card game. A little bit different theme here. This one by Fantasy Flight Games is $25 for the base set, and then there are, it is a living card game, so there are packs that are available every few months or so for this one. This one is a 1 to 2 player co-op living card game. If you've played the Lord of the Rings living card game, you have sort of a sense of how this one works. But it is set in the Lovecraftian horror universe, so you will be fighting Cthulhu and Yog-Sothoth and all the other elder gods. This is really, really difficult. It's a difficult game. The art is really nice, though. I really like the table presence of this game. It's a lot of fun to sort of sit down and get out your particular investigators and kind of find their strengths and work through exactly what it is you're going to be doing with them. There's a lot of content to add into this one, so you can have a lot of replay value with this one. There's a lot of ways to build your deck and have a lot of fun with that. So if you are into more of a longer experience with your partner, that's going to be one that you're going to want to look at. So those are my 7 games for your Valentine's Day experience. If you have others or disagree with my choices, always feel free to comment as long as you subscribe. Check out our videos every Monday and our 5x5 videos occasionally every Wednesdays. My next video will be the Kickstarter choices for February, so be sure to subscribe so you'll make sure you know when that video comes out.